welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today I'm Bankrupt, joined once again by Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
And today we got Whis. He brought it back out. And
What are you trying to say?
He beat me with Whis. You guys already saw this. All right, get into your profile. Oh yeah, buttons, links.
Yeah, so it's Whis. I've played this deck a lot. It's one of my favorite decks, and I keep coming back to it every once in a while. Every time this deck gets a promo, I say I'm going to build the deck, and then I don't do it for like a month. So I'm behind on a couple of promos for this deck, but they are featured in this list. So, front side, draw a card. The effect when you combo a skillless, you get to play it on your opponent's turn. That is once per turn, and then awaken when you have a 2 or less unison. Unisons are a little right now because of the amount of removal that they have, but the Vados Unison usually gives you enough value to still consistently run this and to awaken. You can delve into other Unisons if you'd like, but Vados is just the best one for the deck in my opinion. Hybrid Leader, take yourself down to 6. Backside, same 2 autos, but then it has an activate main. For 1 yellow, you can place one of your skillless battle cards in the drop area, and then choose a 3 cost card with EX Evolve with the same character name and play that card. So makes your EX Evolves play a little bit more consistent, so you don't have to draw into them. You still want to draw into them, which we'll get into why, but just solid leader overall. Z deck, I kind of just threw this together, so this is the Z deck right now. The deck was kind of just thrown together last night with the cards that I had on hand, so ratios are not perfect, but I did like the way it played. There's very little that I'm going to change. I did not once cast a Z battle card at all, because once you kind of have the cycle going with your drop area, you don't really want to be Z charging a lot. I find that I'm not really even comboing all that much outside of just doing my 1 combo for playing the card out. So you can do anything you want here. I would suggest just having a Gohan on hand and then a Oolong, just because they're really, really good Z battle cards. But you can run anything in here that you might need. Black Vegeta, definitely need to run that. I just didn't have a copy handy, so... the Z deck is kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme. For our skillless cards, 4 each, these are the ones you're going to run. You don't really have to worry about running another 15. I think the only other like 2-drop yellow 15s are from like an Apple from set 1 or 2. So yeah, just these are the ones you're going to run. For the evolves, for the Goku, Deity's Disciple, critical EX Evolves for 1. You do get to draw if you EX Evolve from the hand, opposed to using the leader effect. Goku is super strong. When he swings, he just pops something in rest mode. And then all of our 3 drops for the archetype have the effect that when it's removed, you get to play the opposite. So when Goku is removed, you get to play the skillless Vegeta. And then the Vegeta gets to play the skillless Goku. Run 2 of the Vegetas from the Vegeta part of Deity's Disciple. So he's a double striker, same EX Evolve. When your opponent activates a counter during this card's attack, you get to restand him, and then has the same auto. Run 2 from the most recent tournament pack. This card is fantastic in a lot of matchups. A lot of my matches were yellow today, so this card just, as soon as he was able to shine and untap himself, he just got tapped right back down. So he's fantastic in matchups that are not yellow, but he's a blocker, same EX Evolve. And then limit 1, when you activate a counter, you will restand him, and then tap down one of your opponent's battle cards, and then has the same auto as the previous cards. This card is just really strong defensively. Like I said, don't play into it in yellow, don't rely on it, but the card is really strong if it sets around. And then I run 1 of the SSB Vegetas from the Trunks Vegeta deck. You can't EX Evolve with him because he has to EX Evolve on a 1-drop Vegeta, but you can do it from your leader ability. So if you see him, if you draw into him, bottom deck him with either your Gohan or your super combo. And he's just pop something ignoring barrier, which is really, really nice. Moving on to our support cards. 4 of the 1-drop Whis, top 5 searcher, and then when you combo with a skillless battle card, you get to draw a card. So really need to keep these on field. They become a target for your opponent, so it's kind of nice sometimes because your opponent will just worry about removing him instead of your other cards that are also giving you value. 4 of the Anniversary Box Gohan. This card is really, really cool, but also really, really awkward in some builds. So he's a deflect, so he's just coming out. And then auto limit 1 when you play him, you bottom deck a card. So you want to bottom deck stuff like your Vegetas or maybe your EX Evolve targets if you want to use your leader ability, or even a skillless from your hand. And then you will get to warp 2 names, 2 skillless with different names. And then at the end of your opponent's next turn, you will play one of them and add the other to your hand. So this is really, really good going first. He's kind of just really good at any point in the game. As the game gets later, where you might just die at the end of your by the end of your opponent's next turn, he's not too great, but he's still worth playing. And then the activate main is also really strong, but can be really awkward. So it gives your leader card the ability or the skill permanent. All your skillless battle cards gain barrier. So great protection. What makes it really awkward is that there's a lot of cards from the archetype that will target skillless battle cards. And if you do activate this before using those effects, you cannot target them because they have barrier. Luckily, we don't run them because they're not that great, but if you do want to run them, keep that in mind if you are going to have this card. So you just want to activate main at the end of your turn to protect it going into your opponent's turn. Unison, fantastic auto. When your opponent attacks, you can combo with a skillless battle card from your drop area, so you get to recycle cards. +1, just tap down a battle card or a Unison on your opponent's side, and then -4, you're really never gonna do it, so don't worry about it. Super combos, Krillin's, probably want to run like 1 or maybe even 2 Zamasu super combos, since you do have ways to bottom deck your cards if you need to use your leader ability. But this is just what I had handy and threw together. So definitely run at least 1 Zamas for tech purposes. 1 of, you running it. 2 Forbidden Power. I like this over something like Nimbus, because it does not negate the attack, and you also get the secondary ability, which is sometimes relevant, but it doesn't negate the attack, so you still have the ability to combo from hand to satisfy your leader ability, because you're usually going to activate this on the first attack. So it is personal preference. This is just what I like to be able to combo. 2 token negates. 3 released. I probably could cut down on this because it flooded my hand in the last turn. So maybe. And then 3 Mecha Frieza because it's yellow. Maybe a little too heavy on the counters, but it's yellow. This is the way I like to play yellow. Most people do play this as an aggro deck, so you can push farther into the aggro if you'd like. But I kind of prefer kind of the almost like mid-rangey version of Whis. 2 Vegetas, good card. Cooler because fuck this card. Yeah, I agree, Bancroft.
It's a yellow counter.
I fucking hate it. Get rid of counters. They're bullshit. Final Flash. Card's also really, really fucking strong. Champa because it's Champa. 1 of this card. This card is just kind of... You kind of have the option to run this card or the Gohan. I wanted to try out the Gohan, but this card does something similar. So when you combo with it, at the end of the turn after you comboed with it, you get to add a skillless battle card from your deck to your hand and then play a skillless battle card. So the old turn 1 play was if you would have this and a skillless battle card in your hand. Your opponent's first attack, you would combo this and the skillless battle card. Play the skillless battle card off of your leader effect, and then play the second battle card off of this. So you automatically had 2 set up for your EX Evolves or just swinging out. But I kind of think the Gohan does that, but also does a little bit more. So, but also this art's way too cute not to run. One, Return of the Dragon Fist, one of your win cons, card's crazy. And just because I thought it was fun, I played Super Mira. The card is not fantastic, but still kind of good. You do kind of rely on a unison, so you're usually going to have a unison around in most cases, so you will get the empower off of it. And getting to blow up your opponent's field and tap down is super relevant in some matchups. But that's it. I still love the deck. I probably will tool it a little bit more. I don't know if we'll do another profile on it. Maybe Bancroft can answer some comments if anybody is interested in changes to the deck. But I still think the deck's really strong. It's really fun. A great locals deck.
Well, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Hit those buttons. Bye.